So John Doe is trying to start up a chain of convenience stores. So far, he's already opened up two stores. While attempting to open up a third location, Walmart opens up two stores right across the street from both of John's stores. John's store cannot compete. He's forced to shut down all of his stores, and what's worse, he took out an extremely large business loan to open up the stores, and now he has to file for bankruptcy. This is just one example of the powers of larger companies, but for many, this situation is way too real. The point of a free market is to allow people to pursue their dreams with little government intervention. In our country, we pride ourselves on the belief that anyone can accomplish anything as long as they put in the work. But do you really think that's still true? According to an article written in 2009 by the Center of Urban Research and Learning at Loyola University, Chicago, a study found that when a Walmart opened a store in the west side of Chicago, within 2 years, over 80 local stores went out of business. My topic today is monopolies in America. Our legal definition of monopolies hasn't been updated in over 100 years, yet markets have changed dramatically, and it's time to reevaluate our legal stance on modern monopolies. I'm qualified to speak about this topic because I have performed extensive research into the power of modern businesses as well as legal actions on previous monopolies. I will discuss three main points in the body of my speech. First, I will address the problem of monopolies in America. Second, I will discuss what caused the problem. And lastly, I will discuss a possible solution to the end of monopolies in America. My first main point is that due to the lack of restrictions, these powerful companies can completely dominate the market with almost no real competition. According to an article written by Rex Newting in 2017 for MarketWatch and based on the 2012 economic census, over 60% of the market is controlled by 4 or fewer companies. In 10 of some of the most prominent industries such as cell phone service, car manufacturing, drugstores, and more. When it comes to warehouse clubs and supercenters, the top 4 companies control over 90% of the market. That's huge. According to an article written by Ginny Chang in 2019 for Finance Online, Amazon currently controls 49.1% of all electronic commerce in the United States. In second place is eBay, controlling only 6%. According to another article written by Jay Clement in 2020 for Statista, Facebook and Instagram, which, if you didn't know, Facebook owns Instagram, together they control over 54% of their respective market based on website visits. In second is Twitter, which controls just over 24%. All of these factors create the same obvious problem. There's a lack of competition. If you want to start your own business, you're going to have to find a new way to reach customers that these giants haven't been able to achieve on such large scales. And to be fair, monopolies is kind of opinion-based, but to me it seems simple. If a company has continuously dominated a market and limited their competition to a select few competitors, new businesses will be unable to compete, and we will have to either join them or get swallowed by them. Once this starts to happen, the company needs to be downsized. My second main point is that this problem was created by outdated laws regarding monopolies. According to archives.gov, published in 1992, the actual law in place to break apart monopolies is called the Sherman Antitrust Act and was passed in 1890. But the problem with this bill is it's very broad in its definitions on what a monopoly actually is and was established to combat government-aided companies. And during this time, we were expanding from coast to coast, and the government issued contracts that unfairly benefited these specific companies because most of the expanse to the West Coast was being performed by or with the help of these private companies. But throughout the years, the bill has been successfully used a few times in cases that include Standard Oil and American Tobacco in 1911 and Mabel in 1984, which as we know today is AT&T. We haven't updated our stance on monopolies since that bill. But look around. Are we the same that we were in the 1890s or even 1980s? Of course not. Technology has changed rapidly in these markets. And most people remain careless to these companies because they provide services that we're all using and we've started to rely on them. My last main point is discussing a possible solution to the ongoing problem of modern monopolies. According to a survey reported by Vox from YouGov in 2019, nearly 66% of Americans are in favor of breaking apart tech giants such as Facebook and Amazon. I suggest that we evaluate how much of exact markets a company controls. If a single company controls over 30% of a given market, they should be broken apart to allow opportunity for fair competition. To do this, we would need to pass a completely new bill addressing this issue. The problem with getting such a drastic law passed is that our representatives have to all agree with it, while facing the backlash of these insanely powerful companies, which history shows passing new laws doesn't happen overnight regardless. In order to speed this up, it will require huge support from Americans through social media, protesting, and lobbying. And now I'm saying 30%, but that number will probably change. Many factors are going to come into play, and that number could reasonably be argued a little bit up or a little bit down. I believe 30% is a great starting point because it really doesn't allow any specific market to be dominated by 3 or 4 companies alone. Today, I've discussed monopolies on America. There were 3 main points that I covered in the body of my speech. I discussed the problem of monopolies in America, the cause of that problem, and a possible solution to eliminate modern monopolies. And in all, very few companies control the majority of markets and dominate the economy. If allowed to continue, these companies will only grow. We need to limit control of these massive companies so we can create equal opportunity for other businesses to start and grow.